Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I started building budget decks for Fractured in Alterac Valley, and I have to say I have not been this frustrated with the game for a while, because budget decks are in a very difficult squeeze at the moment. There's combo decks around, and yeah, you can't really beat combo decks unless you're fast. And combo decks might get nerfed next week. We have been teased that there's going to be nerfs next week, and they're going to target many of the decks that are being currently played in the World Championship, and many of those are combo decks. Okay, but then there's these little bit slower decks, other decks that use the hero cards, Scabs, Cariel, Kurtrus, and you also can't compete with those with budget decks because you just can't compete on that value. So the only real way that I have found to succeed with budget decks is to go all aggro. I have tried some slower versions. Nope, I have not had success. But yeah, this one is great. This one is perfectly viable. I believe you can play this all the way to Legend. I first built the full cost version of Face Hunter. So this is a Face Hunter deck, and you can see the full cost version right here with Ringling's Rifle, Warsong Wrangler, Barak Kodubane, and Moonfang. And yeah, I like that deck a lot. I used it on my Legend climb. Very good deck. Then I went ahead and built a budget version of that. So no Moonfang available. So we want still some big beasts probably. So Trampling Rhino. Bit of a different take. You could play with Trampling Rhinos in the full cost version as well. That's completely possible. I just like Moonfang in the current meta hard to remove. It gives you some sustain. But Trampling Rhino, okay, so we go with Trampling Rhinos, and then we go with Scavenger's Ingenuities. Still a fine card, by the way. Not really used after Warsong Wrangler became a thing, but still a good card. So we got the 4 expensive pieces, we put in 2 copies of Ingenuity, 2 copies of Trampling Rhino, and boom, we have a budget version of the deck, and that's still performing roughly at the same level as the full cost version. There are 2 new cards from Fractured in Alterac Valley in this deck. There's the Iron Deep Trog and there's the Bloodseeker. Other than that, this is the more recent, this sort of buff style of Face Hunter. So you try to go in with minions early on, you try to buff them a little bit, Adorable Infestation, Doggy Biscuit, Ramming Mount. So those minions are a little bit more difficult to remove. Your main goal with them is still just hitting face, but the minions last for a turn or 2 longer than they used before the buffs became a thing. And then you finish off by weaving in your hero powers and then using some spells. And Iron Deep Trog opens up some real new opportunities, because sometimes if you get an early Trog and you get some buffs on the Trog, then you just become impossible to drive off the board. And then you kind of just win. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're really looking for your 1-drops, Volpetinger, Iron Deep Trog, Intrepid Initiate, and then some buffs if you have some 1-drops. For example, Adorable Infestation. Also Doggy Biscuit, sometimes even Ramming Mount can be worth keeping. It really depends on whether you have good targets for those buffs, and whether you believe that those minions are going to survive long enough. Also, sometimes you play like Trog on 2 or Trog on 3 so that you can play Trog with the buff on the same turn. So it all kind of depends on whether you believe that Trog is going to be able to be removed if you don't use it together with the buff immediately. And this is what Budget Face Hunter looks like in action. Initiate Coin Orc Merchant into Neophyte on 2. We could try something like that. And Ramming Mount on 3. We might give it a try. See if it works out.
Let me work my magic.
And there's also the alternative to just Adorable Infestation. It's better to use the Guardian Orc Merchant, right?
That's an upgrade. Probably.
That's better because they have Holy Smite in that deck, right? I think. So Divine Shielding the minion has its advantages. Okay, we can still keep the Divine Shield here if I want to. But I probably do. They might be able to pick up some AoE. Which should be a little awkward, but I still think now this is going to be the play. Just getting wide on this board. Being there, keeping the Divine Shield up. Just so that if they were able to pick up some AoE, they can just use it effectively here. Okay. That's a tiny bit annoying. So I have a couple of options. I could trade that away while getting a Neophyte out there. I think that's probably what I want to do now. I want to hit this one into it. Then I Orc Merchant that away. Play a Neophyte to prevent spells for now. At least make it harder to cast spells like Holy Nova cannot be cast now. But it can be cast next turn, so we'll see. Not bad.
You don't pick the ones, eh?
Not bad, but not a disaster either. I just trade a couple of these in there now. And get a ramming mount out here, I believe. Just trying to protect that as much as I can right now. Also, Hysteria proof at the moment. But can I push enough damage?
Light cannot exist.
Remains a question, doesn't it? I do need to kill that. Yeah. Need to push that one over there to kill it. And I'm going to give a doggy biscuit to this one. Neophyte again. Try to push face. Maybe I needed to hero power instead of Neophyte. That would have set up for lethal with the aimed shot. Hi, Mutinous. I'm fine, thanks. And this should be lethal, right? Yeah, this is just lethal. Pow and pow. 3 damage. Totally fine. And boom. Dead priest. That's a start. Wee. If they can kill the demon, it's a bit of a risk, but I think I have to take it. If they can kill this demon companion, that's gonna be a problem. I'd have to coin a brain freeze on it. No coin brain freeze. Good. Oh, but now there's the Trog. The Trog with the biscuit next turn. Yeah. Will be a 5 health Trog. We can use all the mana this turn by playing these here. We get some damage to the face. Then it's a Trog with biscuit. But we'll see. I wonder if I can get good material from these games or not. Alright, we managed to get the brain freeze. Good. I really wanted to get the brain freeze out. I wasn't sure if they had it, of course, but there was a decent chance that they might. Right, now we have the 3-5 Trog. And this should be difficult.
Let me work my magic.
Try some other stuff. And Trog them in the dome a little. Okay, so far so good. Rhino not particularly useful in this matchup. It's my Moonfang, but... Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I needed. That's a 5-7 Trog. Okay, but they kind of need a devolving missiles, right? And no other routes. We can't just even keep freezing this board or anything. That just will not work. There's already a lethal on this board right now. Trogs rule. Trogzor was right. Trogzor was right. Wee. Trog is the only thing keeping all the board-based strategies alive right now. They need to rework the whole game, but they might. It's possible.
Let me work my magic.
There's just so very little in this game without the Trog. Then it would truly be an OTK fiesta. And they want to make the OTK decks weaker, not stronger. The nerfing Trog really doesn't fit into that narrative. Choose you must, and soon. Not a bad choice. Ooh, double demon companions, let's go. Let's get some of that good RNG. Oh, could have used a Kolek, but we smack him in the dome with what we have. If they nerf Trog, I won't play this game for some time. I mean, they could rework it. Then they could nerf the Trog as well, if they go for a really extensive rework. Sure, I wouldn't mind. I'm fine with them nerfing Trog if they just rework the game to an extent where Trog's power level is not needed. I'm fine with that, I don't mind. Very important spy gizmo here. One of the OTK decks can't function without the rotating cards. Possibly. Oh no, they won't rework the game. Yeah, we do. There's no chance of that happening. So then I also don't think they're going to nerf the Trog. That's a nice one. Right on time. How? They could have the spy gizmo that returns this to my hand. It's possible. But like, none of my minions are going to be able to attack once this one is dead. So it's not like I have alternatives here. We're going in with this. We're living or we're dying on this initiate and then these couple of spells and the hero power. Takes another 2 SI7 cards to get another spy gizmo, so if they don't have the sap gizmo now, it will be too late.
This guy's a toast.
I mean, that's not good enough. They're still taking 5, plus I'm getting a 2-2 on the board. This goes for the face, and then Piercing shot is 3, and that's enough damage. I could also use it to do 4. Doesn't really matter. 3 is enough. Because I have 7 with the aim shot anyway. Boom, rogue is dead. They're going to hit me in the face, of course, so that the Gyro Blade will kill the 2-2, but it's over. They can't play Scabs yet. Not enough mana. No other cards in the deck are going to heal them. That's game.
So, what's the rub?
This is obviously a horrible matchup for the rogue, so it's not like I feel highly accomplished by winning this, but a win is a win. Do you play mercenaries? Yeah, I do. I haven't been streaming it lately because there's just like no one wants to watch PvE mercenaries when there's no new content. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.